Another day, another Uber driver killed in the line of duty. As the hit song The Power once stated, it's getting kind of hectic. But is there anything that Uber or Lyft could do in regards to increasing our safety so that so many drivers are not losing their lives, or at the very least losing their vehicles in the line of duty? What up, folks? Once again, it is your boy Tim with another ride sharing video. Unfortunately, we have lost another Uber driver while simply out taking trips. Location, Los Angeles, California.
To a developing story, an Uber driver was carjacked in Linwood, then shot and killed. We're hearing from the wife of that Uber driver tonight, who survived. That driver survived several tours overseas as a Marine. NBC4's Alex Rozier joins us live from Linwood with more on the search for the shooter at this point. Alex.
Yeah, Colleen, Aaron Orozco, a 38-year-old, is a young father and a Marine who served 3 tours of duty in Iraq, returned home safe only to be killed as an Uber driver in Linwood. And this is where it happened, in the parking lot of this 7-Eleven behind me. And that is where we spoke with his heartbroken wife. Aaron Orozco has a 9-year-old son and 3-year-old daughter.
Just a great father, a great family man.
Sandra Medina is Aaron's wife. She said for the last few years he drove Uber overnight. And that's what he was doing around 1:30 this morning when he was shot and killed.
I'm in shock. I still can't believe that it happened. I mean, it just seems so unreal.
The sheriff's office said Aaron picked up 2 passengers and drove them to this Linwood 7-Eleven. When they got in the parking lot, those passengers started fighting Aaron before they killed him and stole his car. Nearby surveillance captured 2 gunshots.
Just woke us up and it was scary. You know, you hear him, we jump out, we see the guy on the floor.
The sheriff's office said they found Aaron's car close to the scene, but they are still searching for the suspects.
It's not okay. It's not right. And they deserve to be caught.
I just really hope that they find them because, you know, they created this chaos in my life.
After the shooting, Uber released this statement saying, quote, "Our hearts are with Mr. Orozco Figueroa's family as they cope with this unfathomable tragedy, and we have reached out to offer our condolences. We banned the rider's account and are working with police on their investigation."
I talked to him around 10 p.m. last night. Was the last time, yeah.
Just hours after Aaron was killed, Sandra is trying to figure out how she'll move forward without her husband, her high school sweetheart.
He was a great person.
A great person who proudly served this country and this community.
He was a very valuable member of our family, of the community, and it's a big loss for us.
And as we bring you back live to the 7-Eleven on Imperial Highway in Linwood, this store you're looking at opened on Tuesday. They had their grand opening yesterday, and just hours later, Aaron was murdered in the parking lot. There is going to be a vigil tonight outside the store in the parking lot where it has happened. Now, the sheriff's office has not provided a detailed suspect description at this point, but I am told that Uber has a team of former law enforcement officials that are assisting them with their investigation. Reporting live, I'm Alex Rozier, NBC4 News.
Carjacked and left for dead, shot in the upper chest area. Now, it appears, according to authorities in this particular newscast, that this driver was actually struggling with the passengers. He picked up 2 passengers, according to the article, in their 20s. Now, I've been a rideshare driver off and on since 2014, and one of the biggest conclusions I have come to, yours truly, it's not safe to drive in the wee hours of the morning. A lot of my stories, a lot of my videos of drivers meeting an unsavory ending, whether being carjacked or in this case killed, happens during those times of day. As many would suggest, nothing good happens after midnight. In this case, we're talking 1:30 in the morning. This driver's picking up passengers. Linwood, a suburb, or better yet, a neighborhood in Los Angeles, right next to Compton. Many of you folks know what Compton is known for. And yeah, he's picking up passengers at 1:30 in the morning. 2 of them try to carjack him. And according to the story, he was struggling with the passengers, and apparently one of them, being armed, defended themselves from him fighting back and killed the guy. That's very unfortunate. Now, I say this in every video, being an African American, I understand the controversial nature of it, but when you're out making money, nevertheless trying to return home to your family, there are two things I always recommend. One, being armed and able to defend yourself. That's up to you to do what you want to do to get home to your family. Nevertheless, the second issue I always state is discriminate when you feel it is necessary. Two gentlemen in their 20s, carjacking a guy, killing him in the process. Damn, I hate to say this once again, but we know who is doing this stuff. It's folks that look like me. It is folks that look like me, probably significantly younger in the face, but it is folks that look like me. So do not pick up certain people in the middle of the night, particularly a car full of males, young males in the middle of the night. It's just a recipe for disaster at this point. I don't know what else to tell you because it's happening over and over again, but picking up 2 or 3 guys, hard legs, at 12, 1, 2 in the morning, it's a recipe for disaster. Now, even if you're armed, when you got multiple men behind you, being at a tactical disadvantage, even if you're armed, oftentimes your best route is to simply comply and try your best to get the hell up out of the vehicle. And hopefully they are merciful on your life. But fighting back with multiple people in a confined space, such as a vehicle, the outcome is not likely to be good. And in this case, obviously, this guy has lost his life. Just to follow up, the authorities state that they do know who the individuals are. And you see earlier in the video, they said it was passengers. Obviously, in ride sharing, there's a digital footprint for whoever we pick up. The problem is safety concerns, meaning that passengers can actually book rides for other folks. How many times you show up to pick up a cute blonde girl and a guy looking like me showed up at the door trying to get in the vehicle? So this is probably something that Uber and Lyft needs to address, whereas allowing people to book rides for other folks, that is something that probably needs to be addressed, if not stopped altogether. You should have to provide a government ID. That's the photo they should use on your profile. And you should not be able to book rides for other passengers unless you also are in that vehicle. Or at the very least, you show up and tell the driver this ride is being booked for this guy, take him here or there or whatever, and let the driver have the discretion as to whether to take the trip or not. I understand there's a little bit of language that might need to be addressed and twisted there, but nevertheless, we should have a hell of a lot more clarity in who is getting in our cars, or at the very least, who is requesting trips, because this is the type of thing that can happen. I don't know what else to say, folks, because this is happening so often. It really pissed me off the other day to do a video where Lyft was claiming that safety issues are quote unquote extremely rare. Yet I'm able to do videos on this stuff multiple times a week now, where guys are being beaten up in cars. Carjacking is extremely common for ride sharing right now. And obviously some of these drivers are being killed in the process. I did a video of a guy who was put in the trunk of a vehicle. They actually kidnapped the guy, carjacked him to use his vehicle to commit secondary felonies. But as opposed to letting him run free, they put him in a trunk and was going to drive him around while they were committing these other felonies so that he could not alert authorities that the car was on the loose. So all of this is happening in a span of a few months. I've only been doing videos for a few months, and I've covered probably dozens of stories at this point of folks being killed while ride sharing and carjacked and things like that. So this is exceptionally common. For Lyft to say it doesn't happen very much, or it's extremely rare, it's awful. It's awful. It's happening every other damn week, period. But nevertheless, I just wanted to run this by you. It's another sad story of a driver losing his life while out here carjacking. You know, I did a story the other day of another guy that came up missing or whatever the case may be. And I don't know what to say. But once again, if you're out taking trips in the middle of the night, the wee hours of the morning, be safe. Have something that you can defend yourself with. I don't care if it's just simply mace or a cutting or poking tool. And discriminate your ass off if you do not feel safe. I don't care if the passenger is walking to the car and looking you in the eye. If you don't feel comfortable about that passenger, drive off. I don't care if you're afraid of complaints, if you're worried about being deactivated from the app or any of that. You want to end up like this guy? It's your boy Tim. As always, subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you in the next video.